Thank you for inviting me to the conference. I'm a conservation biologist at the University of Tokyo. So today I'd like to talk about the extinction of experience phenomenon, um, which is a recently emerging research topic in conservation science, and how natural elements and green infrastructure in urban areas can contribute to reducing this phenomenon. So, as you already know, the world is rapidly urbanizing. This is a projected number of people who live in urban areas and rural areas. The urban populations exceeded rural populations for the first time in 2008, and the proportion of urban populations is expected to reach 70% by 2050. Of course, in most developed countries like Japan, this proportion is already over 90%. Uh, sorry. Likewise, this is a global map of the proportion of people living in urban areas. This map clearly shows that for most countries, the proportion of urban population is already over 17 or 80%. This rapid pace of global urbanizations, as well as global biodiversity loss, has resulted in a widespread loss of human-nature interactions, which is so-called the extinction of experience. This is not surprising because urbanization reduces the amount of natural environments and wildlife. So in general, urban residents do not have enough opportunities to experience nature. In fact, there's a lot of evidence that shows that today's children do not experience nature, such as catching insects or visiting natural places compared to their parents and grandparents. For example, this is the result of my recent study. Um, this is relationship. This is a relationship between people's frequency of childhood nature experiences and their age. You can see younger people reported significantly lower levels of experiences. The extinction of experience is considered to have two major negative consequences. The first is the loss of health and well-being benefits associated with nature experiences. It is well known that direct interactions with nature provide people with a wide range of health benefits, including psychological health, physical health, social health, and also cognitive functions. So the extinction of experience is likely to decrease all of these benefits. The second consequence is a loss of positive attitude and behavior toward nature, such as interest in nature and conservation attitude and behavior. In fact, it is known that nature experiences during childhood play an important role in developing people's pro-environmental attitude and behavior. So the extinction of experience can decrease these positive attitude and behaviors. So the main point I'd like to make in this section is that the extinction of experience is bad both for humans and nature. As I earlier mentioned, um, the global trend towards urbanization is unlikely to slow in near future. So it is important to consider how we can reduce and reverse the extinction of experience in the era of global urbanization. Urban areas have long been recognized as places with limited opportunity to interact with nature, but there are still many opportunities for nature experiences, such as urban parks, nature view from window home, and allotment gardens. So in this presentation, I'd like to talk about the role of urban nature in reducing the negative consequences of extinction of experience. Specifically, I'll talk about how and direct experiences of urban nature contribute to improve the human health and increased positive attitude towards nature. After this slide, um, I will show you some of my recent studies about the extinction of experience and discuss how we should manage these natural elements in urban areas. Um, the first study is about mental health benefits of nature experiences of nearby nature. And this study is one of my latest studies, and it was accepted by Ecological Applications last month. In this study, I investigated the association between 5 health outcomes and two types of nature experiences. I focused on depression, happiness, life satisfaction, loneliness, and self-esteem. And also, I focused on um, more immediate nature experiences and less immediate nature experiences. And I and finally, I examined the relative importance of these two types of nature experiences for mental health. This is a result. I conducted generalized linear models, and these plots are the results of the models. The 3 green plots are the results of the 3 positive mental health measures, and the red plots are the result of the negative health measures. There are 2 main points of the result. First, both green view from home and frequency of green space use had significant positive impacts on the positive health measures and negative impacts on negative health measures. This means that these 2 types of nature experiences are both associated with improved psychological health. The second key point is that for all these 5 mental health measures, green view from home had a stronger impact on health. This indicates that people can get health benefits of nature experiences even if they are at home. Of course, I cannot determine the causal relationship between nature experiences and mental health in this study, but this study suggests that urban nature can play an important role in maintaining and promoting human health. The second study is about mental health benefits of urban allotment gardening. In this study, I quantified the effects of allotment gardening on physical, psychological, and social health. I conducted a questionnaire survey of more than 300 people in Nerima, Tokyo, and I compared 5 health outcomes between allotment gardeners and non-gardener controls. In the model, I accounted for many socioeconomic and lifestyle variables and found that allotment gardeners reported better general health, health complaints, depression, and social cohesion. This plot is a result of depression. You can see much lower levels of depression symptoms for allotment gardeners compared to non-gardeners. So these results suggest that allotment gardens in urban areas can provide physical, psychological, and social health benefits to local communities. The third study is about urban residents' attitude towards wildlife. In this study, I investigated the relationship between childhood nature experiences and people's negative emotional attitude towards local wildlife, such as insects. This is often called as biophobia. In general, biophobia is known to decrease people's willingness to conserve biodiversity. So understanding the drivers of biophobia is important from the conservation viewpoint. I conducted a question survey of more than 5,000 people in Tokyo and found that respondents who had experienced nature more frequently during their childhood showed significantly lower levels of biophobia. These findings suggest that encouraging children to experience nature in urban areas can contribute to reduced biophobia. I think this can have many positive consequences for biodiversity conservation. Um, the final study is about urban residents' perceptions of nearby nature. In this study, I investigated the relationship between childhood nature experiences and people's appreciation of the cultural ecosystem services provided by nearby nature. I conducted a questionnaire survey of 300 university students in Tokyo and found that students who had experienced nature more frequently when they were children were more likely to recognize cultural ecosystem services. This finding suggests that um, um, encouraging children and people to experience nature in urban areas can increase people's appreciation of the value of the natural world. And because people's understanding of the value of nature is the key driver of their motivation for nature conservation, and reducing the extinction of experience can have many positive consequences for conservation, I think. And the four studies I have presented here suggest that even in highly urbanized areas such as Tokyo, people still have many opportunities to experience nature, and experience of urban nature can have many positive consequences, both for humans and nature. So green infrastructure in urban areas have great potential to be used as a tool for reducing the extinction of experience itself and its negative consequences. So finally, I'd like to summarize the main points of my presentation. In this presentation, um, I have shown that direct experiences with nature in urban areas have positive impacts on human health and increase people's positive attitude towards nature. Uh, Ultimately, this can increase both opportunity and orientation to experience nature in future generations, which is likely to increase further nature experiences in urban areas. I think making this positive cycle of nature experiences contribute to reducing the negative cycle of extinction of experience. Thank you.